heterosexual, right?
Are you allowed to ask that?
No.
Do I need to call the cops, or... I mean, I'm telling you guys, just put them back and walk out, and I'll be alright with it.
Sup? Welcome back to the channel. And even though Christmas is over, I'm still not done talking about it yet. I still have some stories to tell about last-minute shoppers, I mean shoplifters. You thought just because it's the holiday season people weren't gonna attempt to steal things. Well, you thought wrong, because I still have more to say. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So before I start with the Christmas Eve shoplifting, I'm gonna get into something that happened the day before. It wasn't too busy at the office supply store, it was just semi-busy. It wasn't like back to school busy or too dead or anything, it was just like, meh, middle line stuff. The date was December 23rd of 2019, and I was planning to do some Christmas shopping after work since there was a Nordstrom rack right next to us. When I got off work, I walked over to Nordstrom rack to see if I could find anything for my mom and my sister. I walked in and saw the massive line, and then walked out because it was not even worth it. I mean, it kind of looked like what we looked like during back to school. So I decided it's not worth it, and so I went back to my store and bought a few gift cards for my parents and sister. I drove home and wrapped my gifts and then went to sleep ready for a new day so I got to work the next day only to find the parking lot packed. The store was pretty empty, which leads me to believe that the people in the parking lot were there to go to the mall instead of my store. I would imagine because it was really slow and I didn't really do much for the majority of my shift. There was a last-minute gift display in the front of the store with model cars and Pac-Man machines and marker boxes and crap like that for Christmas gifts. And there was also a sign outside the door to invite people in, which I would imagine a lot of last-minute bugaboos, which, remember that for later, would come in that day and look for last-minute Christmas gifts. So, with the knowledge of Christmas Eve causing our store to be dead, know that there weren't many shoppers. We were all just kind of standing around and minding our own business, trying to find something to do with this slow night before Christmas. Two guys came in with many tattoos and those sketchy looking jackets. I'll see if I can put an image on screen of like what these guys sort of look like or what their fashion sense were or something like that. Anyways though, these fishy looking dudes came in the store and started browsing. I asked one of them that was looking for a backpack if he needed any help with anything because I didn't want him to steal anything and I didn't want him to, look for a backpack that he can put products in. He asked me about the backpacks and why they were all locked up because we have these security devices on select backpacks, which there is this funny sort of like wiring thing that goes through all the zippers and keeps it from unzipping open. He continues to look at backpacks and I continue to walk the store and keep an eye on the other fishy looking dude, which I would eventually come to help some of the regular shoppers that weren't coming in to shoplift when I heard both of the fishy looking dudes left. We were supposed to keep an eye on them the whole time, but apparently one of them walked out with a tablet display that was supposed to have a security alarm on it, so when it was being tampered with, we could hear a blaring alarm let us know, hey, someone's stealing something! Well, apparently, that alarm wasn't put on the way it was supposed to be, so this dude walked out of the store with the entire display scot-free. Or something, I really don't know. Maybe it happened before I got there. I only figured this out because a colleague told me. So it could have been before I even got there. All that aside, the point is, people like to come and steal stuff on Christmas Eve, and in fact, I even joked about how Daddy ruined Christmas because he stole something. I had another family that came in, both of them looking normal. One had two kids that looked like they were in about middle school or late elementary school, and the second family only had a wife and husband. The six of them walked around for a bit and shopped, and then the husband and wife family asked me for help. I mean, only the husband did. And I helped them and I showed them where their thing was. So I helped them and showed them where the thing that they were looking for was before walking off to check on the other family. And the wife of the husband that I just helped told me that there were a couple of kids looking at the phone cases and they were probably about to steal one. Great. Just what I need. I already joked about how Dad's ruining Christmas by stealing stuff. Now we don't need kids doing it. I walked over to those kids and asked if they needed help. They didn't. I told one of my coworkers that there were some kids looking at phone cases, and they were probably going to steal them. One of them asked where their parents were, since, their parents walked in with them, and the other one said that the kids were stupid and weren't even going to bother trying. Sure enough, they didn't. So yeah, that was kind of fun to deal with. By the way, do you guys remember when I said, remember the last minute bugaboos? Well, we had quite a few of them. We had this group of kids that came in all hip and hop and whatnot, trying to buy a chair for $15 before we closed, and they did end up walking out with one. Then, we had a lady that called on the phone and asked how much it would cost to get a large number of flyers printed out, So I told her that we were closing soon and the best thing to do would be to come in on the 26th and then get them printed that day, since most likely we wouldn't be able to get them done today. And then we had a lady come in literally 1 minute before we closed in order to get something printed out. We closed at 5 o'clock that day, and it was 4:59, literally seconds before we closed. She asked if she could get something printed out, and I told her, along with 2 other coworkers, that we were just seconds from closing. So luckily we were able to close on time without any last minute buggerboos holding us up, which also reminds me of another thing that happened last week. We were about 10 to 5 minutes from closing, and this mom and her kid came in to get something printed out. It took a little over 10 to 5 minutes for the printing department to figure out what the hell she wanted, which I was in the bathroom cleaning it while this was taking place, so I didn't exactly get to see what happened. So, I mean, she apparently wanted to use this coupon that expired minutes ago, since they were talking literally since past we closed, and the coupons, and you know, the way that they work is they expire the minute we close on the expiration date. Apparently, she got extremely anal that the print associate wasn't taking the coupon, so she asked for a manager, and he wouldn't allow her to use that coupon as well. So I guess they were butting heads over it for like 30 minutes when we were supposed to be off. She decided that she wasn't going to get that print job that she wanted, since apparently we weren't letting her use her coupon, and so she walked off empty-handed, therefore wasting all of our time for a coupon that could have been used a few minutes earlier, but it wasn't, because precious little Karen decided she was going to come in and be a last-minute bugaboo. And I even said she was setting a bad example for the kid she was with, because according to Mom, the way to get print jobs is to come in 5 minutes before the store you are going to closes, attempt to force the employees to use a coupon that expired on said day for 30 minutes, and walk out all hissy because you're just a tad bit late. Now see, there'll be some times where I'm sympathetic with a customer, but being late is something that I will never have the slightest bit of sympathy for. Sure, we could have just honored it. I understand that we could have just to make the customer happy, but I've said this before, and I will say it again. There are certain times in life where we will expect people to know how to act, and we will expect people to know how to be responsible. And when you are at an age where you are raising kids, we do expect you to have enough responsibility to come into your local store on time for usage of a coupon that expires on the day that you are attempting to use it. This isn't something I should have to say. This is something that you should already know. And I do agree with the manager's decision for not honoring the coupon. Like, if we do it too many times, she'll start to get used to it and start expecting it from us. Moral of the story is, manage your time, and it'll make things a whole lot easier. And yes, there will be people like this, but the best thing to do is to deal with it while it happens and laugh about it afterwards. With that being said, Christmas has officially been concluded. So thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Bonus questions on the left, previous videos in the middle. My Discord and Steam information is located at the bottom of the screen. If you liked it, hit the like button. If you loved it, subscribe. I upload weekly. If you wish to see what all I do outside of gaming, go check out my second channel, MazeMaster002. I do remixes over there, and I even sometimes post short gaming clips and even videos that I deleted from the main channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe, don't die, and have a happy new year.